everyone, and welcome to our podcast called Voice for the Environment. We are very happy to be here today to talk about one of the most serious environmental problems affecting our planet, water pollution. Water is essential for life because humans, animals, and plants depend on it every single day. However, many water sources around the world are contaminated due to human activities. Water pollution refers to the contamination of rivers, lakes, oceans, and underground water by harmful substances such as chemicals, plastics, bacteria, oil, and industrial waste. According to the information we researched, pollution does not occur naturally because it is mainly caused by contaminants produced by people. Some types of water pollution are chemical, biological, and thermal contamination.
Besides being necessary for drinking, water is also important for agriculture industries, hygiene, and transportation. According to SMART, water has cultural, social, and economic importance because civilizations have always depended on it for development and survival. Unfortunately, industrialization and population growth have increased the demand of water and also the amount of pollution. Many people throw garbage, medicines, and chemicals into rivers or drains without understanding the consequences. If people were more conscious about their daily actions, water pollution will decrease significantly.
Water pollution is a global environmental crisis. According to the United Nations, more than 8 million tons of plastic enter the oceans every year. In addition, the UNA reported that over 80% of wastewater worldwide reaches seas and rivers without treatment. Another alarming fact is that contaminated groundwater already affects around 4% of global water reserves, even though these reserves supply water to approximately 80% of the world's population.
Alright, real quick. Before we dip back in, you know that feeling when you're at a coffee shop or the school library? You hop on the free Wi-Fi, and the back of your mind, you're like, this is definitely where my password come to die? Yeah, turns out that's a real risk. But lately, I've been using CyberGhost VPN, and honestly, it's just gone. Basically, it hides everything you do online. Like, imagine putting your data in a lockbox and sending it through a secret tunnel. No one, not even the creepy guy on the next table of your internet provider, can see what you're up to. And from the school, here's the best part. You can unlock apps or websites that the school Wi-Fi randomly decides to ban. You know, from academic search, obviously. It's fast, super easy to use, and works on your phone or laptop. CyberGhost isn't supporting this, but I will still tell anyone to use it if you don't want your information floating around out there. So yeah, public Wi-Fi and suspicious vibes equals turn CyberGhost. End of the ad. Now back to the cows. In Mexico, the situation is also concerning. According to SMART, many rivers and lakes are contaminated by industrial waste, sewage, and agricultural chemicals. Water pollution reduces biodiversity and makes drinking water more difficult and expensive to obtain. Furthermore, polluted water affects poor communities the most because many people do not have access to sanitation systems or clean water. By the time authorities solve the problem, many ecosystems will have already suffered irreversible damage.
Globally, one of the main causes of water pollution is industrial activity. Factories release toxic chemicals into rivers and oceans. Another important cause is plastic pollution. According to the United Nations, millions of tons of plastic waste reach the oceans every year and damage marine ecosystems. Climate change also contributes to water contamination because rising temperatures reduce oxygen levels in water and affect aquatic life.
Deforestation is another major cause because sediments from destroyed forests reach rivers and lakes. Maritime traffic also pollutes the ocean through oil spills and plastic waste from ships. At the local level, water pollution is caused by sewage, garbage, and chemical thrown into drains or rivers. Many people dispose of oil, medicine, and cleaning products incorrectly. People should recycle more and avoid contaminated water sources in their communities.
The consequence of water pollution can be observed in the short, medium, and long term. In the short term, contaminated water spreads diseases such as cholera, diarrhea, and typhoid fever. According to health reports, millions of people die every year because of diseases transmitted through contaminated water. Water pollution also affects the economy because governments and industries must spend large amounts of money on water treatment systems.
In the medium term, ecosystems begin to deteriorate. Pollution causes eutrophication, which reduces oxygen in the water and kills fish and aquatic organisms. Biodiversity decreases and food chains become contaminated. Socially, communities near polluted rivers suffer from poor health conditions and lack of safe for drinking water. In many cases, vulnerable populations are the most affected.
In the long term, the damage can become irreversible. Freshwater animals are disappearing much faster than terrestrial animals. Pollution also threatens agriculture, food security, and the quality of life of future generations. If governments and citizens do not act now, future generations may face a severe water crisis. For me, this topic changed my perspective about the importance of protecting water resources. Sometimes we think our actions are too small to make a difference, but every action matters. Protecting water means protecting life itself.
In today's episode, I learned that water pollution is a much bigger problem than I imagined. It affects health, the economy, and nature at the same time. I believe people need to become more responsible with water consumption and waste disposal. Sadly, we are reached the end of the podcast, but that doesn't mean you can't continue researching water pollution on your own. Thank you for listening. See you next time.